over the 90-90 Pails rails setup. Okay, so to get into this position, we're going to create a 90-degree angle on the front leg with the knee coming straight off of the hip. Not here, not there, straight off the hip. There's a bone right there. Go ahead and shoot that bone out. That's where your knee needs to be, okay? So we have 90 degrees here. We create a 90-degree angle on this side. Just like so. Straight off, 90-degree angle, okay? This is referred to as the front leg. This is referred to as the trail leg, all right? This leg is currently in an externally rotated position. This leg is currently in an internally rotated position, okay? So we're gonna exploit those legs, each individual leg, separately, all right? So, for the external rotation Pails rails, what we're gonna do is go into a passive stretch for about 2 minutes, okay? How we do this, we take our chest, we make it tall, take our belly button, and we try to place it over, up and over our knee, right? Brings that stretch right into the back part of the hip capsule, okay? From there, we hold for 2 minutes, as I stated. Once that 2 minutes has elapsed, okay, we go into our Pails contraction, all right? Our Pails contraction will consist of us putting pressure into the floor through our knee, shin, and ankle, all right? Before we do that, we must create tension, or we must irradiate, okay? How we do that is by taking our breath into our, our lower abdominal region. We breathe in, we lock it down or engage the core. We root our arms into the ground, right, for extra tension. Squeeze those guys, squeeze some of your upper back, squeeze this trail leg, squeeze that glute. Now we have full body tension. From there, we're gonna start applying our force into the ground. We're gonna ramp up the intensity of the contraction from 0 all the way up to your desired intensity. In this case, we're gonna go up to 100, so 0 to 100, okay? Once we reach 100, we're then going to hold that 100% for 10 seconds. Once that 10 seconds has elapsed, we're gonna go into our rails effort, okay? For our rails effort, we're going to try to squeeze all of this stuff and all of this stuff. So we're trying to pinch, pretend there's an egg right here, and we want to try to crush this egg. So it should look like that, okay? So that can be a lot of movement. If you can lift on up off the ground, that's ideal. Most people won't be able to, okay? So from here, we lift on up for our rails effort, or if you're down here, because your mobility allows you to, then you're simply just squeezing and trying to lift, okay? Focus on trying to get that ankle up towards the sky, all right? For that contraction, we're gonna hold that maximal contraction, or 100%, for 10 seconds, all right? Once you're done with that, you go back deeper into a stretch, because now you've opened up a new range, and then we repeat in that new range, okay? That takes care of the front leg for external rotation. Also, one other thing. Once you've completed your Pails rails sets, after that last rails contraction, I want you to sit as deep as you can in that stretch, keeping that posture, keeping that belly button over your knee. All right, we're gonna hold there for anywhere between 30 seconds and 1 minute. All right, let's move to the trail leg. Trail leg is very important, okay? This leg is in an internally rotated position. From here, the same thing, we're gonna go into a 2-minute stretch for the front of the hip capsule. So we're gonna twist our bodies towards the leg. If you feel a stretch or an awkward kind of feeling right here, okay, that's it. That's what we want. That's our desired stretch, all right? If you don't feel it, go ahead and lean back and open up and rotate. You'll feel it, okay? And keep playing with that until you feel it right there in that hip crease, all right? From there, we're gonna stretch for 2 minutes. We're gonna then go into our Pails contraction, which will be driving this knee down into the mat, squeezing all of that inner thigh stuff, or all of this stuff in here, okay? So squeezing all this stuff to drive down. The rails effort will be to try to lift that ankle off the floor into a more internally rotated position. All right. To make this more intense, we can try to lift the ankle and squeeze all of this tissue here. Right. So we're trying to pretend that egg is here. We want to try to squeeze and crush that egg that's right between our abdomen and our hip. Okay, for the side. All right. So rails effort is going to be maximal contraction for 10 seconds. Okay. Hold that. Once you're done with the rails effort, you move back into a passive stretch. You repeat as necessary. After your last rails contraction or your last set, you then sit in that stretch for 30 seconds to a minute, breathing diaphragmatically. In on a 4 count, out on an 8 count. Okay? That completes our Pails rails from the 90-90 for external rotation for the front leg and internal rotation for the trail leg.